So, I'd like to start off with a short video. Sorry if it's a bit disturbing for all of you.
შეწყდა მაშინაც კი, როდესაც ახალგაზრდა ქალმა აივანზე გაქცევა შეძლო, რათა მეზობლებისთვის შველა ეთხოვა.
მივარდი მამა ჩემს თავი
I think we should translate. Is this important?
No, the text is not important. As you could see, there was a female violently being attacked in her house. And what would you do in that case when there's literally nothing that you can do? Scream, shout, and what happens when there's no one to hear you scream? The story of Alerta begins in the middle of the night when I found someone in my house sitting on my bed while I was sleeping. Apparently, 3 dogs, pepper spray, and a taser is not enough to prevent such cases from happening. And experiencing 3 break-ins in one single year made me realize that time is crucial in such cases, and not everyone is able to make that vital call under pressure. Unfortunately, majority of women have experienced some degree of sexual assault at least once in their lifetimes. And I believe that we are losing a lot of lives on a daily basis just because of not being able to notify authorities or get help on time. And this is exactly the problem that our startup is solving. Numerous surveys we conducted shows that the most common issue that the victims have is that they do not have access to their phones. But with so many technological advancements popping up every day, it was time to come up with a smarter, safer, and a more reliable solution, especially with the world going a little bit more crazy recently. Alerta is developing a wearable SOS button in the form of a disguised accessory that sends police and ambulance to your location simply by pressing a button. No questions asked. As soon as you push the button, our operator receives your live location and personal data, and 2 calls are made in a matter of seconds. 1 to the emergency service, and the team is dispatched to your location, and 2nd to the listed emergency contacts. Our standalone device does not need to connect to your phone via Bluetooth, does not need to be charged, and is waterproof, making sure there is no need to take it off at any point. Our target audience is mostly women, elderly, and children, but also pretty much for anyone who values their safety. And we also have a lot of B2B opportunities as well, including partnerships with mobile operators, health insurance companies, NGOs, and hospitals. Our business model consists of 2 parts: device sales, one-time payment of $40, approximately, there will be several options, and also monthly subscription fee of $7. We are expecting to have a revenue of more than $600 million USD by 2028 after expanding to 3 more countries. And our team covers all necessary parts of expertise required for the successful execution, from engineering to product development and from business strategy to awareness campaigns. We will save lives, that's not a question. The real question is how soon can we be there for the next victim that will desperately need us? And we really hope that you will decide to join us on this journey of a positive change that is so long overdue. Thank you.
Interesting. Have you heard Where's Serene? Have you heard?
Sorry?
Have you heard of a Danish company called Where's Serene?
Our biggest and closest competitor is Invisaware. I'm not sure which company you're referring to.
Okay, yeah, I was with the founder recently. She has a similar solution. She's received quite a bit of funding.
Yeah?
She's used a crowd network way of detection.
Yes.
So instead of letting the authorities know, it's to let her community know?
Yes, we are considering that option as well. We will have an app, and we're considering to have an option where other users of Alerta can also come if they're in a nearby location.
Yeah.
But it's a bit tricky, like someone might not want it if they're at home, some strangers running into their house. So we're still thinking about that add-on.
Yeah.
So can you just go back to the competition slide for a second?
Yes.
So the one he's mentioning, and then the Invisaware. Can you talk a little bit about Invisaware?
Sure.
Is that local here?
No, that's on US market, quite popular, also raised a lot of money, but the whole point of our product is reliability, to make sure like at any point you have a way out. Invisaware does not need to be charged, so they cover that part. It lasts up to 1 year, but they still connect to Bluetooth or with Bluetooth to a mobile phone. So once your phone is gone, it just becomes a useless accessory. Like even if it's in another room, that's it.
And how does your connection work? You don't need Bluetooth or you don't need internet connection?
Yeah. I'm not an engineer myself, but I tried my best for my engineering team to prep me. And we made this slide to...
So you have a cellular connection.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
How much
The
does it
engineering
cost? How much does it cost to make that?
Approximately 10 USD right now, but we will cut down the costs as we go to mass production.
10 USD for just this part or the whole device?
Whole device, including software and...
Because there's a whole subscription tied to the cellular connection.
Yes.
You don't have, so 10 USD sounds a little low, but...
In Georgia, at least that's our cost, because it's very cheap to run a SIM
And that gives you coverage for, cellular coverage for a year?
No, there's
You
a
mean
monthly-
battery?
Monthly.
You have a monthly fee, right?
Yeah, it covers everything.
So I'm the end user. What will it cost me to buy? And then what will my monthly subscription?
Yes.
Sorry, I missed that.
So it will be about $40 for the device itself, one-time payment, and then 7 USD monthly subscription.
Which will cover
Everything.
Everything, okay.
Yes.
Can you talk about the dispatching and all that stuff? Go back to that slide for a second.
Yes.
Is that network built here where you alert somebody and emergency services as well as the everything is dispatched right away? Because obviously
yeah.
you can send the signal, but also...
We're not sending a signal. We're doing it in person. Once again, because of reliability, our operator calls 112.
Okay.
And they give them the whole live location, like if the person is moving, they stay on the line, and personal information as well. We're going to have that data built where you can see where the person lives to make it easier for police to find them and so on. So we stress reliability. There's always someone, like an actual person, that will stay with you until the end of the process, until someone finds you and they know you're safe.
Do you have a sense of what the coverage is going to be? So, for example, for every 500 that I'm making up, right? 500 selling, you need a operator. Like, do you have a sense of what that looks like?
Do you mean SIM coverage? As
Oh, no. What is the
for an
support-
operator, the operator, the support
Yeah.
piece. I'm just curious. So okay, let's just say you sell 500 of these devices
In Georgia.
What does the coverage look like? Like, how many operators do you actually need? Is one enough to do that, or like is?
Yeah, we right now are thinking to have one operator per 100 users for the beginning. Obviously, in shifts, like 1 or 2, because this is not a product you need every day,
Yeah,
and
hopefully,
we don't
yeah,
want our users to have to need it. But in case they do,
That's
Get it.
That's too many.
Yeah, that's
Far too many. I mean, you don't need
Yeah.
one operator per 100 people. I mean, statistically.
yeah.
No, what you need to have is 24-hour coverage, so you need at least one operator in shifts over 7 days, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You certainly won't need one operator per 100
But
people.
they're also sending an operator in person to the user.
Is that,
No.
No. They call
In person, communicating in person. It's not AI
got it.
or automatic.
I would build in the community piece. I don't think it's too complicated. So when you sign up, obviously you'll call the necessary. But if you had your 10 closest friends who would also be alerted, and it's super easy to do, then that would also, because they could be nearby, right? Often.
That's what we meant. Like, so they also notify emergency contacts that you have listed, and there will also be an app. The app, you can add your friends and see where their location is at any times if they consent to it, obviously. And also, we'll try to build a community. It's not going to be just device sales. We're building a system where we're going to have free self-defense classes, mental well-being classes, and so on for our users.
Okay.
I would focus, I'd focus on the tech.
Yeah.
The other stuff's nice to have, but there's a lot of out of there. But if you get this right, scalable and cheap, and you get traction, it's something you will probably never use, but it give you a... Well, I mean...
In my case, I can't say that I had 3 break-ins in 1 year. But
hopefully you'll never use it statistically, which is great, actually. But also it'll give you peace of mind, which people are willing to pay for.
Yep.
And I'd reach out to my friend. She's been doing this a little bit longer, and probably hit a few hurdles, and I'm sure she's very interested in everyone being successful with this. So it's your competition, but you're not.
Yeah, of course. I would love that if you could put me in touch. Thank you.
Can you show us the form factor for a second? Would it be available in different accessories? Because some people wear, like you're wearing a necklace right now, and you might not necessarily take that off to wear this.
Basically, it will be a charm, just a charm. You can put it on your bracelet, on your necklace, on your belt, keychain, whatever you prefer. But we always advise for it to be either a necklace or a bracelet, something that you do not have to take it off.
So the SIM chip is not that small, right?
How big is it? How big is it?
It's going to be about the size of a coin, 2 or 3 coins stacked onto each other.
Like this, I guess.
Yeah,
like this.
and it's not ready yet. You haven't.
We have an engineering team on the standby. They're part of our team, and the plan is ready, but we need investment to start the.
Got it. And the COGS you said is $40 for building it.
No,
No.
$10.
Oh, $10.
$40 is
Okay,
sales
so
price.
how much you charge people?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
And what does the local market look like? How many people you think you can?
We've done our research in all Facebook groups, especially women-targeted groups. That's like over 300K people. And if you just go outside right now in the yard and there's probably 10 women and ask each one of them if they have ever needed this product, you'd be surprised, like really.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the local market is obviously the way to go here. I mean, there are a lot of devices exist in other markets.
Yeah.
In the US, there's a lot of stuff that exists for older population as well.
Yep.
True.
You know, so if you, I would have loved to see like if you had more certainty on the local market and how easy would it be to acquire X amount of customers. Obviously, it's a big problem. There needs to be a solution. Love the approach, but you know the local market is a big question here. Is how much traction you can get.
So there's about 18 cases per day in Georgia of attacks on women. And there's been too many stories in the last 2 years, like about murders. I'm sure Zaza at least have heard about them. Even tourists, not just Georgians. And this price is quite acceptable. We did research about that as well. Because health insurance is about starting at about 40 lari per month in Georgia. So we're trying to keep about half of it because it's also kind of life insurance at some point. So I think Georgian market is more than ready for that, especially for children.
All right. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Goodbye.